Right, little Raffy, believe it or not, he's come to us because he's really bad at guarding his favourite things, to the point where he's biting his owners quite badly. So theoretically he's possession aggressive, or he's guarding a resource. That's what the terms say in a book. Basically, in layman's terms, what it means is he doesn't like to share. So resource guarding and possession aggression, as you can imagine, is really quite a deep rooted psychological problem which manifests over time. It doesn't happen overnight, it manifests over time, to the point where any dog, very common in Cocker Spaniels, but any dog will revert to violence if you go and take his chew away or take his bone away, whatever, okay? But the basic way of trying to explain it without getting too deep down that canine psyche rabbit hole is he has only become accustomed to these things, human hands or humans approaching him, to take something away that he enjoys. He wants a bone, he likes a bone, he enjoys a chew or a toy or whatever, he gets pleasure from it. So what's actually happened is he's only had human hands reach in and take items or bones or whatever away from him. So he's started to resent humans approaching because he's anticipating, I know what you're doing, mate, you're going to come and take my favourite toy away from me. So what we need to do is retune that thought process, and instead of human hands and humans approaching him being a negative thing, enabling him or forcing him to react because he wants to keep hold of what we're continually taking off of him, to these things bring good things. Good lad. Now, as you can quite obviously see, little Raffy here could do with going on a diet. However, we're going to use food, his daily allowance of food, to reinforce the fact that when my hands are approaching you or approaching the space that you are in, it is a good thing. I'm not going to take anything away. So, as I said, it's quite a complicated subject really, where you can go down a rabbit hole, it's a minefield and all of that kind of stuff. But the easiest way of trying to explain it is dogs that resource guard and dogs that bite people that want to take something off of them haven't learnt to share items. They've been overspoiled. They've got toy boxes full of 101 different things. So what they've done is they've gone around the house and taken ownership of the glasses case, the mobile phone, the Sky remote, because they can't differentiate between what's theirs as in a toy because they've got so many, or what's ours as in a human item as in something that isn't theirs. Then that manifests onto spaces in relation to, it will claim a space within the home and sofa, so it won't let you sit down on your own sofa. Then what potentially may happen is it will start resource guarding spaces within the home, but then that can, in a severe case, reflect onto people. So the bottom line is we need to teach this little guy, these are good things. They are only ever going to give. They're only ever going to give you something. They're never now going to take something away. So then what we do, if he's in his space or on his bed, when you're walking past him or approaching him or within his area, throw something good at him. A bit of kibble, a bit of whatever. So he then becomes accustomed, good lad, then he then becomes accustomed to humans approaching his area, aren't going to take anything from him, they're only going to give. So this is all started off with a process now, and he's with us now for a couple of weeks looking at this. So I'm purposefully hand feeding him, so when he sees these things which previously he has resented coming into his space, coming into his area, it's a good thing. I'm not going to take anything away from him. Good boy. Yeah, and I'm purposefully holding this. I'm not giving it to him, because what I want to do is introduce another thing, like so. Hands are good, they're all great stuff. Yeah, so we need to turn his habitual thought process, where he resents humans approaching him and he resents hands in and around his space, as only ever taking something off of him that he wants to keep. But what we're doing here is showing him hands are good, ain't we? Ain't we? Good boy. Good lad.